Hi, I'm Trey, a relationship manager here at Capital Farm Credit. Today, my colleagues and I are going to show you how to create a loan flow in FarmView Portal, also known as Flowify. FarmView Portal is CFC's electronic application. It's our preferred, secure method of sending and receiving documents needed to complete an application. Each application created is known as a loan flow. If a customer decides they want a loan, they can go about contacting Capital and submitting their information a couple of different ways. They may go to CFC's website and click Apply for a Loan. After answering a few high-level questions, the customer will receive an invitation to one of several application packages through FarmView Portal. This application is also recorded as an opportunity in CRM. A relationship manager will review the application and contact the customer to get more detailed information as needed. If the customer contacts us first, they can be interviewed by a relationship manager who can then tailor a loan package to their needs. We usually like to discuss the loan first and then send the customer what they need, but we want to serve our customers in the way that is most convenient to them, which is why the Apply for a Loan option is available 24/7. I've just finished a phone interview with Mr. Dylan Wharton. He'd like to purchase 50 acres of raw land in San Saba County. He is a W-2 wage earner and is looking for a pre-approval for a loan amount of $250,000. I've completed the opportunity record in CRM, and now I want to create a loan flow in FarmView Portal so we can receive the necessary documentation and financials. You'll create a link to FarmView Portal by linking it to the CRM. In CRM, click that green button, Create Loan Flow. Click the Select Team drop-down to select the application Quick Pack. A Quick Pack is a templated set of information and documents that will be automatically populated when we create our FarmView Portal loan flow. For Mr. Wharton's needs, we will select AgFast Simple. Then we'll toggle the AgFast Simple button to On. If there was a situation that involved a co-borrower, I would click Add FarmView Portal Co-Borrower now. In this case, it's only for Mr. Wharton, so we'll go ahead and click Create Loan Flow. Now that we have created our loan flow, we need to access it in FarmView Portal. We can do that a couple of different ways. The first option is to access and work on it from CRM by clicking the View Loan Flow button. By accessing it through CRM, you will stay in one platform throughout the process, but the screen will be slightly smaller. The second option is to access it through a separate web page. This will give you a slightly bigger screen to work in. My preference is to log in from a separate web page. This is your Flowify FarmView Portal dashboard. This is a quick view of the applications in the pipeline and their statuses. The view is separated out into various teams. We mentioned these before when we talked about Quick Packs. There are 4 teams: AgFast Simple, AgFast with Financials, Traditional Level 2, and Traditional Level 3. You can move around between those different teams and the loan records in them. Or you can see everything from the All Teams dashboard, which is what I am looking at. To just see my loans, I can select my name in the Loan Owner filter. The Loan Owner filter will always be the RM working the loan. You can also set a default Loan Owner filter by going to your settings. In the Flow column, you'll notice the red, yellow, and green icons. These are indicators of where documents are in the process. Red are documents owed, yellow are documents pending and waiting on our review, and green are documents that have been accepted. This means that the RM has reviewed the document and the loan admin has accepted it, which sends it to the hub. More on that later. You'll also notice a couple of different icons next to the customer's names. This person icon will turn green when the customer is in the system. If the icon is green, don't make any changes. You don't want to accidentally override anything the customer is currently working on. The I indicates that the customer has never opened the loan flow. This I will disappear once the customer has logged in. FarmView Portal is integrated with other FarmView products, including the Hub. Documents can be uploaded to the Hub directly from FarmView Portal. Our loan admin will talk more about that later. Now let's open the loan flow. The loan flow is just the opportunity record in the application stage. We've selected our team, filtered to narrow our search, and now we'll hover over the desired row and click to select. Now you'll see 4 different tabs that sort the information for you. The first shows all documents, the rest sort them by document type. There are different ways we can verify income. Mr. Wharton told us he's a wage earner, so we can use his pay stub. Let's go to the Credit Info tab and remove any requirement that is not a pay stub. You can do that by clicking the trash icons. Now let's go to the Collateral Info tab and further customize for Mr. Wharton. We know this request is for a pre-approval, so we won't be needing any of these documents except for the CFC appraisal waiver. Now, in the Applications tab, we will keep both documents, as we'll need them to validate his identity. And in Acknowledgements, our compliance department requires us to keep these items. Don't delete anything here. Now let's take a break and talk about e-consent and credit authorization. Before we can do any business online, each customer must complete a credit authorization and e-consent. The e-consent is the customer's consent to doing business electronically, while the credit authorization allows us to obtain their credit report and history. When the customer logs in, the system will prompt them to complete these 2 items first. When more than one individual will be liable, there must be an e-consent and credit authorization for each person. This is most commonly seen in spousal situations, but can occur anytime there is more than one individual. Before reviewing or accepting any documents, validate that all individuals on the application have acknowledged the credit authorization and e-consent. Now we want to invite Mr. Wharton to the loan flow. We do so by clicking this button that intuitively says Invite Borrower to Loan Flow. After that, you can type a personal message to the customer. Hi, Mr. Wharton. This email contains all the documents that we'll need in order to pre-approve your loan. Please give me a call anytime if you have questions. It is very important to complete this step. If the borrower is not invited, they will not receive the application.
Hi, I'm Dylan Wharton. I just received this email from Trey, my relationship manager at Capital Farm Credit. Trey let me know that he was going to electronically send me the documents I need to complete so that I can get pre-approval for a loan I'm requesting. I'm going to click on Your Browser Portal to begin. I'll log in. After that, I see an active flow prompting me to complete my e-consent and credit authorization. Trey let me know that the first thing I would be doing is these authorizations, and that if I didn't see them, to contact him. This takes me to 2 checkboxes. I can view the terms by clicking View Terms, and can opt in to receive text message updates if I want. Then, I'll give consent by checking these boxes and clicking Submit. I'll work my way through these tabs, starting with Acknowledgement. I can view the acknowledgement documents by clicking the eye icon. I can download the documents by clicking this arrow. And finally, I can acknowledge the documents by clicking the check icon. As I acknowledge the documents, I see the documents pending increase and the documents owed decrease. When I click the next checkmark, keep an eye on those 2 boxes. You see the document owed went into document pending. That's pretty awesome. That makes it really easy to see how much I have left to do. Additionally, under Miscellaneous, I can find my executed text message opt-out, credit authorization, and e-consent. Now, back to acknowledgements, and I'll check the last box to complete. Okay, now let's get into application. I'll start with driver's license. If I was from Pluto and wanted to know what a driver's license looks like, I could click this eye icon to view and down arrow to download it. To upload my driver's license, I click the up arrow, select the picture of my license, give it a title, and click Upload. Now, in Collateral Info, I have an appraisal waiver that I need to sign. And after that, I need to upload my pay stubs. It's the same process. I click the up arrow and select the documents. Now, what if I had 2 jobs and wanted to upload additional pay stubs? What should I do? Here we go. I'll click Add New Doc. Now, I'm almost done with all my documents. You can see I only have 1 owed. All I need to do is fill the AgFast application. These red asterisks are required fields. Inside of these fields are helpful notes. In this case, it wants me to enter my name as it appears on my state-issued ID. I'll fill out the rest of the requirements quickly. If I had a co-applicant, I would put their information here. I don't, so we can move on. Okay, now we get to loan information. I'll enter the price, fill out the rest of the checkboxes, and fill in my financial information. Now I have to enter my monthly income. I make $10,000 a month from my wages. If I was also receiving other types of income from businesses or other sources, I would fill them here, and the system adds them up for me in the total monthly income. My wages are the only income I have, so that's all I need to include. Then I fill the rest of the required fields. And finally, I'll get to signing the document. But wait, there's a phone call. Hey, what's going on? I can't talk right now. I'm in the middle of something. I'll just click Save Progress and Resume later, so none of my work will disappear. Later, when I log back into the portal, I can select the flow and pick up where I left off. Okay, I'll talk to you later, Jim. Let's sign this document and click Submit Form. I get a green congratulations prompt and I see that there are 0 documents owed. This green bar tells me I'm finished for now. And I feel pretty good about myself.
Hey folks, Trey here again. I received an email that says Mr. Wharton is done. So I'm going to log back into FarmView Portal and find Mr. Wharton's loan flow. And I see that Mr. Wharton has submitted all the requested documents and we are going to review for discrepancies and questions. It is imperative that I make sure all the information is correct before I hand this over to the loan administrator for hubbing. I go through each document and review by clicking the Edit or View button. If I see any issues, I will give Mr. Wharton a call to resolve it. Now, as I'm reviewing Mr. Wharton's documents, I see that for pay stub, he sent us the wrong document. As an RM, I'm going to reject this by clicking the thumbs down icon. The Reject Code dropdown shows some common issues. I'll select Wrong Document. I can also provide further clarification by typing it in this box. If I check the box next to this, Access this document and reject, it allows me to keep a copy of the rejected document. This can be handy if the customer gave some correct information, but not all of it. So I will check this and hit Reject. Let's stop a moment to clarify the roles of the lending process. My role as a relationship manager is to verify information and get the correct information from the borrower as needed. This also helps the loan administrator feel confident that the AgFast inputs are correct and can be used to run the AgFast score later in the application process. If I find incorrect information, I return it to the borrower as you just saw me do. I do not accept final documents. As I finalize documents, I'll let the loan administrator know what is ready. The loan admin will then accept the documents and make sure they are hubbed appropriately. Now, in the AgFast application, I see that Mr. Wharton has entered $500K instead of the $250K that he had discussed with me. The loan amount field is sometimes confusing to borrowers. There can be a difference between the purchase price and the amount the customer is asking to borrow. So I'm going to call Mr. Wharton and clarify this with him. So we clarified that it is $250 and that $500 was a mistake. So I wipe out the incorrect information, input the information that is accurate based on my conversation with the customer, delete the signature and the reason for rejection. Our compliance department likes to include a bit more explanation. Then I reject the document. This will send it back to Mr. Wharton for correction. Mr. Wharton will receive an email that his document was rejected. He can log back into his account and correct the mistake, then resend for approval. Now, let's talk about milestones. These little circles up here are milestones from update to loan has closed. This helps us and the customer know what part of the process the loan is at. If all the information that Mr. Wharton sent us was correct, I can select Application Complete. This will send an email to the customer letting them know the milestone is complete. In this case, I don't think we need to send Mr. Wharton an update, but we can if we want. I select the date, and as soon as I click Check Off Milestone, we see it updated and the second circle is checked. Now, there is a milestone for entity documents. But as you know, Mr. Wharton is not purchasing a property through an entity. So I click the milestone, then I select Remove Milestone, and bam, it's gone. Now let's say Mr. Wharton has been pre-approved. I do want to let him know about this. This is a fast way to do it. I select Pre-Approval and keep the radio button checked next to Yes, Email and Text Milestone Update. I also want Mr. Wharton's real estate agent to be informed, so I include their information in the CC. Note that the agent had requested updates. I spoke with Dylan and he said that it was okay to send the agent updates. If I wanted to add any more people, I would click this Add Third Party, and to delete, I click the trash can. This is all I need for now, so I include a personal note thanking him and click Check Off Milestone. Now we see the pre-approval check is also marked. These milestones are also available in the customer's portal view, letting him stay up to date. Since the customer has been pre-approved, this is a great time to send him a pre-approval letter. We do this by creating a new document. Okay, let's talk about adding a new document. To do this, we select Add New Doc. Here we see two different types of commonly used documents: one-off and template. One-off docs are not templated documents, meaning that you have to customize them. For a pre-approval, we want to select one-off document and customize it for the customer's loan opportunity. I select one-off document, I name it Pre-Approval Letter, give it a little description, and choose how you want the customer to respond to it. In this case, we don't need any documents uploaded, but we would appreciate a receipt confirmation. So we'll select Acknowledges Receipt and make sure the category is miscellaneous.
Hey guys, it's me, Dylan, again. I've just received a couple of emails from Capital Farm Credit. It seems some of the documents I sent need to be corrected. My relationship manager, Trey, called me about the loan amount on the application, so I know I have that to fix. Let's see what else needs to be done. When I open up FarmView Portal, I can see some of my docs have moved back to Docs Owed. Here under Status, I see the reason it was rejected. Looks like I need to review and re-sign. These icons are a bit confusing, but Trey walked me through it earlier on the phone. The eye icon lets me view. The down arrow lets me download. I don't need to download it and fill it out again. What I should do is click this Fill Form icon. Now I can quickly review the documents and re-sign. Then I click Submit Form and it's done. Let's go to the next one. It says I didn't upload my pay stub. Oops, I guess I uploaded the wrong document. No problem. I just click this up arrow, click Browse Files, then I select the correct document and click Upload. Okay, now all my documents are sent back and I'm feeling pretty good. Let's take a look at this pre-approval letter. There are a couple things I can do with it. This one doesn't have an eye icon to just view. So I'll download it and I can open and read it. This check mark here is the acknowledgement button. If I click it, I give my acknowledgement and the document moves to pending. Up here, I see this nifty milestone bar that shows me how far along I am with my loan application. I think I'm ready to send this back.
Hi everyone, I'm Emily. You probably thought you're going to talk to Trey again, but I wanted to show y'all something while we're waiting for Mr. Wharton's documents to be reviewed. I'm working on another loan for the Heibergers, and Trey let me know their documents are ready to be hubbed. Accepting documents in Flowify sends them to the hub. There are a few quick steps to make sure the documents get sent to the correct files in the hub before we accept them. Here is the Heibergers loan flow. The fields at the top of the borrower's loan flow page identify the numbers to which the documents will be linked in the hub. Entity ID is specific to the individual customer. The facility number identifier is a combination of the loan number and the application number. The application number is in parentheses. The collateral ID is only attached to collateral documents. Flowify will give you a temporary number, but it is preferred that you do not accept any collateral documents until a permanent ID has been assigned. If you accept collateral documents with a temporary ID, you'll have to change the hub record to the correct ID at a later date. All of these IDs can be validated in CME. I've already validated all the IDs, so let's start hubbing. If there is more than one person on the loan, the Entity ID field will show multiple IDs. However, this field should only contain the ID of the individual the document is for. The acknowledgement documents you see here are applicable to both our borrowers, so we'll leave both entity IDs in the field and simply click the thumbs up icon to accept. Documents pending has now reduced to 18, and documents accepted has now increased to 2. The document I just accepted now appears in the accepted. Now let's look at documents that are specific to just one of our borrowers. In the Credit Info tab, we have tax returns and W-2s for the individual borrowers. Before accepting a doc linked to an individual, open the document to make sure it is going to the correct person. Click the I icon to view the document. Yep, this is Joshua's. Now we can update the Entity ID field. Delete the unnecessary ID and click Save. You must click Save or the changes will not be applied. Go back to the Joshua's W-2 and click Accept Document. Now I'll update the Entity ID to JC's number and view her W-2. Yep, this is JC's document. I can just click Accept here, and it will automatically take me to the next document. From here, we just keep viewing, validating, and changing the Entity ID when needed before clicking Accept. It will take about 15 to 20 minutes for the document to appear in the hub after it's been accepted in Flowify. You will want to review the hub after accepting the documents to ensure that it successfully made it over there as intended. Thanks for taking a couple of minutes with me to talk about accepting and hubbing documents.
Okay, folks, that's a little slice of the life cycle of a loan. We've taken you through what we see and what the customers see. We hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one.